Hello beautiful people, and I'm here today to talk about my experience at Bookcon. So Bookcon was last Saturday and it was super amazing and it was really exciting because usually really awesome conventions don't come to New York. I don't understand why, because it's New York City, but they always are on the West Coast or in Florida, LeakyCon and VidCon, and San Diego Comic-Con obviously. So I've only ever been to New York Comic Con, which is never as grand as San Diego Comic Con, so I was really excited to have a convention that was specifically in New York, and that was the convention, so it was awesome. So me and Caroline got there around 11, and I would definitely recommend to get there earlier than that, and if they do it again next year, I want to go earlier, because they do all the fun small little panels in the morning, and they're easier to get into because not as many people are there, and you can get a better experience because you go to more panels, because in the end I really only went to 2 panels, but it was awesome. So yeah, we got there and we kind of just tried to get our bearings because Javits Center is insane and really confusing, and so once we finally figured everything out, we kind of just stumbled into this panel called the 10-word love story panel, and it was adorable, and they asked questions about young adult books, like trivia questions, and I won a book. Actually I won 2 books. I gave one of them to my friend Caroline though, and she won a sweatband for answering a Princess Diaries question, and it was really fun. And everyone had to write a 10-word love story and then put it up on the wall, and then you would put stars on which ones you liked, and then they read some of the favorites out loud, and it was really cute. And I wish I got to go to more panels like that because it was a lot more intimate. There was like less amount of people and it was just fun. And then my friend Caroline really wanted to see Amy Poehler, so she got in line for Amy Poehler, but I wanted to go to the BookTube meetup at 12:30, but I also wanted to go to the Cassandra Clare panel at 1 o'clock, so I was in a tough spot. So I went up at around probably like 12:10, trying to get to BookTube early so maybe I can meet them really quick and then like go to the Cassandra Clare panel because I really wanted to get both of those things in. So I like walk up by myself looking for the Bookcon lounge, and as I'm on my way there I see a group of people standing just like with their food or whatever, like croissants, and I see a person like walk up with them, take a picture, and then walk away, and I was like, wait a minute, is that Catastic? And I was like, is that Ariel Bassett? Wait, that's them! And I was like, oh crap, like I didn't think I would just run into them. I was going to like a meetup where everyone else was going to be also meeting them and I wouldn't feel as weird, but I was like, I need to meet them now because I have to go to the Cassandra Clare panel. So I was like, alright Jen, be a weirdo, just go up to them, you can do it. And so I walk up to Catastic season first and I was like, hey, I watch your videos, and she was like, oh cool, and I was like, hey, so we start talking. And then Ariel is like over there, so I was like, Ariel, hey, I just watch your videos and I really like them. And she was like, oh, thank you. And then I see Christine like pulling bananas, and she was actually the first person I ever watched on BookTube. So I was like, hi, wow, yeah, your videos first got me into BookTube. And it was really nice. We all had a nice little conversation, and I was like shaking for whatever reason. They were really nice, but it just felt really weird because I felt creepy, I guess, just because I was like, hi, I watch you on the internet. But they were really nice. It was really weird seeing people from YouTube in real life. It's the first time it happened to me, and I was like, wow, you're physical, tangible people. So weird. But yeah, and we all had a nice little chat about City of Heavenly Fire really quickly, and Christina was like, no spoilers, and I was like, yeah, sorry. And I talked to Ariel about her Sex on YouTube video, and it was very nice. And then I was like, okay, thank you, can I just have pictures? And then we took pictures, and then I left. And you can see the pictures. Anyways, good thing I left then, because I would not have made it into the Cassandra Clare panel. One big complaint I have about Bookcon is organization was terrible. Like, oh my god, it was just mobs walking into panels for the most part, because all the lines would fall into other lines, and it was insane. So I just got into the Cassandra Clare and Holly Black and Maggie Stevewater panel, and it was really fun, and I'm really glad I went, and it made me feel really guilty for hating the book Shiver, which I still hate, but I had bashed Shiver a lot, and the author's really funny and really nice, and I kind of felt bad because, wow, I've insulted her writing a lot. And yeah, and then they gave out early editions of their new books, and it was awesome. And then me and my friend Caroline got food. I choked on cheese, and we shouldn't have gotten food because we couldn't get into the Tiffyos panel because it was so crowded, and I kind of had a hipster moment where I was like, wow, oh, like, you're 12, so I've definitely been reading John Green longer than you have, because I've been reading John Green since I was 15, 14, it might be 5 years now. I think I started reading him this summer going into my sophomore year of high school, so it was 5 years ago. And I had my little like, meh, I've read him longer and you got to go into the panel I did, but it was okay, because in the end, my friend said it, good good for John, you know? He crowded out a panel like an hour before it even started, which is insane because you weren't even allowed to start lining up till an hour beforehand, but everyone just broke that rule for Tifios. But I hope it was a good panel, and it was with Josh Boone too, and I really wanted to see him because he directed my favorite movie, Stuck in Love, and it was kind of sad that we didn't get to do it. And here was where my big complaint at Bookcon is all the panels kind of just overlapped with each other, so you really only could go to maybe 3 panels at 3 different time slots, because otherwise everything sounded cool, it was all at the same time. And after the Tifios panel, everything was full. Like, there was nothing else to do, because the show floor hours had closed, so everyone just was going to panels, and there was only 2 other panels, the Jason Segel panel, which obviously was also full, and the Dystopian Society panel that wasn't starting for another hour, and we figured everyone would be in the Tifios and Jason Segel panel. Nope, everyone who couldn't get into those was online for that. So we just went home, because there was literally nothing else to do. And it kind of was sad, and I hope that that portion, like, they have some more smaller panels at the end, so you still have something to do and you don't feel like, I don't know, I only really went to 1 panel, but I technically went to 2. But if that was the one thing I wasn't a big fan of, but I had a great time anyway. And now, my book haul. We kind of just scoured the show floor as it closed and got all the free books we could, which was only 1 more, but whatever. Anyway, got 4 free books. Okay, so the first book I got was from the 10-word love story panel, and that was this book called Starry Night. And I know literally nothing about this book. I started reading it when I was waiting for the Cassandra Clare panel, and from what I understand, it is about, okay, I'll just read the back. It's about this 15-year-old girl named Ren, and it's pretty much about the first time she falls in love, from what I understand. And it is coming out September 2014. So I want to do reviews of these books, but I feel like I'm going to have to film them and then post them when their release date actually comes out. But it's by Isabel Gillies. Yeah? I think that's a G. But yeah, I'm excited about this one. It's okay written so far. Like, you know, some of the stuff I think is interesting, and other stuff I'm like, oh, that was weird. I can't explain it. I'll explain it in a book review, I guess. The next 2 books I got were from the Cassandra Clare, Holly Black, and Maggie Stiefvater panel. So, first one, I'm so excited about this. I can't wait to read this, but I have to finish reading the second Game of Thrones book. Is the Iron Trial, first book of the Magister series with Holly Black and Cassandra Clare. And this is so amazing because it's September. I'm so excited. But I really wanted to read this because I literally finished City of Heavenly Fire, and I was like, damn, I'm not going to be able to read anything of Cassie's for a while, and haha, I can. And I can read Holly Black, which I've never really done before. And I'm really interested what's going to be like mixing 2 writers into 1 book. I don't really think I've read anything like that before, where it was co-written other than Will Grayson, but that was 2 different perspectives, so you could clearly see when one writer was writing and when the other one was. So it's going to be interesting. And here's the actual cover. Sorry. Just like a paper. It kind of sucks because I feel like I'm going to want to get the actual hardcover if I really like this series. But we'll see. We'll wait. We'll wait for that to become a problem. The next book I got, ironically, is a spin-off for Shiver, Sinner. And the thing I hated the most about Shiver was the main characters. So maybe, since these are different characters, I'll like this book. It's a huge maybe. I feel really guilty because like this comes out in July and there's people who are probably dying to get their hands on this book, and I'm like, I'm gonna give it a shot. I'm gonna see if I can read it cold without having to go back and read the Shiver series. If not, I'm not gonna read it. I'll just give it to my friend who loves the Shiver series, because I'm not reading the Shiver series, but I'll try. The last one I got is this book called Let's Get Lost, which is really ironic because I'm in the middle of writing a book called We Get So Effin' Lost that's about friends on a road trip, and this is called Let's Get Lost and it's about friends on a road trip. So that's funny. This cover looks suspiciously like fan art I've seen for something, you know, maybe Paper Towns, maybe. And it's also really funny because literally this woman walks up and starts handing these books to me and my friend, and she was like, oh, you should read it. A lot of people are comparing this writer to, and I knew exactly what she was going to say, John Green. I was like, of course. People are just taking the John Green boat and just going with it, which is fine. I love John Green, so, you know, hopefully this is similar to a John Green novel, but, you know, I'm sure it's good in its own respect without just comparing it to John Green. But that is my Bookcon haul, and I'm so excited I actually got to do a book haul. I want to get more books next year. Definitely, so my advice for Bookcon next year, if you go early and bring a tote. Because I bought a tote by accident to carry around my camera, and thank God I bought it because I needed it. My friend didn't though, so she's like walking around with books. But yeah, so it was an awesome experience and I had a great time. I just hope it's more organized next year and there's more small panels, because when you can't get into a big panel, it's sad and then you have nothing to do. So that's it for me with my review recap haul from Bookcon, and I hope you had a great time if you went, and I hope if you didn't get to go, you get to go next year.